Well, hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome back here to Maconi Entertainment, and welcome back to the Palmetto Racing League. This is another one of these races coming to you today from Talladega. It's myself, Ron Mullins, and Kirk Mills with you on the call here at this absolute behemoth of a racetrack. We also got Howie Burrows working on the cameras and the graphics in the virtual production hauler. But hey, Kirk, we're here at Talladega, the place of speed, the place of terror, and the place that lives in the nightmares of many iRacers and real-life racers alike. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun here in the broadcast booth tonight. Some of these racers out there on the racetrack, though, they may need to hug their teddy bear here tonight.
Yes, hugging the teddy bear. That's a good idea. I don't know about you. We got 5 humanoids going against them dang robots again. I tell you what, I don't know. This is the battle for humanity. And right now, that is the number one priority. Us as humanity, these 5 young rookies trying to beat the AI. That's what it's all about here at Talladega.
It's a war of the worlds here at Talladega in the Palmetto Racing League. We got man against machine. It's going to be a fun day of racing action. Currently in qualifying, yes, we are in qualifying. It's group qualifying on a plate track, which, you know, it's good to do that in the sim instead of real life like they did as Kevin Ironelli setting the pole there. So the AI, very, very talented here. We do have a little bit of time left, though, because it is an open qualifying session, unlike a solo session. We still have a lot of time left for everybody to cross the line. But open qualifying on a plate race, it's better to do it in the sim than in real life, because at least in the sim, you can get a faster pair.
You know, I'm thinking about this right now, and the biggest concern I have for these drivers is that shiny number 83 right there. That thing, you stand in the corner, you might get blind by how bright that thing might be with a bad reflection angle. My goodness. Oh, man, it's going to blind my eyes all night.
Yeah, that thing is about as shiny can get. It reminds me of the fact that DeLoreans, I'm pretty sure you couldn't actually polish them. It was actually illegal to drive a polished DeLorean, which, you know, I would judge that, but I think there's still a law in the books in the state of Pennsylvania that says any of our governors cannot participate in a duel. Now let's take a look at the starting grid for tonight's race. It's going to be Chris Widener starting from the pole, Alex Horn alongside. Looking right behind on row number 2, we've got Kevin Ironelli and Joshua Fix in that very shiny Good Wrench number 83 car. David Lovchio will start this race in P5 alongside Aaron Voigt starting in 6th. Looking right behind on row number 4, we've got Matthew Corley alongside Chantel Pottle. And then rounding out our top 10 for this race, Kirk, is going to be Aussie Greg Hill and John Henry.
Yeah, I think the rest of these guys are AI, but we'll take a look and find out. Yeah, they're guarantee you that ain't who that's starting in 11th. There you go. Let's keep going. Yep, nope. Both of them AIs. There's the final one right there. Mike Wombo. That's a human. There you go.
Oh, that is a good-looking race car there as well. Kirk, you ever see Dale Earnhardt's, I think he rented in the 1996 All-Star race. It was a red, white, and blue number 3 car that he ran that year in honor of the Atlanta Olympics.
I remember it. It was pretty. Good-looking car.
Actually, that was one of the first die-casts I have. I think I actually have 2 of them in my collection. They're buried underneath mounds of garbage that I have in my room because...
Was that a joke about your last name?
No.
Ron Mounds?
Funnily, actually, you know what? I'm gonna share a little story since I was on an iRacing show a little bit earlier on today on the iRacing channel. Arjuna Kankapati, the well-known iRacing commentator, multiple-time VCO Simi award-winning iRacing commentator, once introduced me on the Bathurst 12-hour show earlier on this year as Ron Mouse. So I'm not sure whether or not he made that comment because he knows I'm a big fan of cheese or what. Maybe he's just saying that I keep getting chased by cats. Who knows?
You do not fit the stereotype for a mouse. You're pretty loud. And mouse are quiet. They sneaky. Ron here, you know he's coming.
See, I do squeak from time to time. That's usually when drivers nearly crash out there on the racetrack.
Strange, man. But I tell you what, man, we just got that truck rolling. Ron, we're back going. Now, the question is, will humans maintain the win streak? So far, out of the 3 races we have so far this year, 2 of them won by the humans, and it's won by the same human. That Aaron Vogt, currently starting in 6th. I can't pronounce his name 100% right. Vogt is correct. V-O-T-E spelling is how it's pronounced. So that's how that will go for the night. The Corley's pretty good too.
And I will say we've heard a lot of this, and I've experienced some of it as well. The iRacing AI take to a super speedway in the same way that a herd of cats would take to a rocking chair. So they not really that good at super speedway racing. One of my favorite combinations was running the IR18 IndyCar here at Talladega, going 240 miles an hour in a pack of AI. And sometimes the AI in a super speedway situation, they just get scared and then they kind of scurry about. So we'll have to see how it's all going to work out here in tonight's race on Marconi Entertainment. And certainly not the end of the action, as coming up later on this evening, you'll be able to catch all three of us covering the action from that's not the
Kansas.
Yeah, it was Kansas. I was going to say the second race of the playoffs, but I'm so tuned in from the Friday Night Lights Xfinity Series that you drive in, Kirk, that it's by no means the second race of the FLCC playoffs. It's a fifth race.
Yeah, it's going to be the middle race, round 2. That's coming up here right after this show here. This is more for fun and goofballs and all it is. Really a bunch of rookies out here trying to show us what they got, and that's what it's all about in this league. Now, Minto, if you're new to it, want to give it a shot, and you want to get on a broadcast, this is the best way to do it. Talk to these guys, and they'll get you involved and get you a chance to drive on a big screen. Let's go. We're going to pull that pace car right down in the pit lane. They're already on the gas. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys, from Dega.
And as I hand you a cough drop, these racers go up the gears and cross the line right about now, and let's see how it'll work out. Those racers, the real ones, trying to gang up on the AI and get some moves done early. It's all AI in that top 4 pack. You look right behind, though. There's the real life people. There's the 83 of Joshua Fix, trying to fix his way up the field, currently leading that bottom lane of that pack right behind, as those top 4 still breaking away. They're not going to have any sort of assistance, though, so maybe a little bit of a tough road ahead for those AI cars right in front, but Fix getting some assistance there. Matthew Corley and Aussie Greg Hill giving a big bump to Corley as they head their way down into 3 and 4 for the very first time.
Yeah, that front 4 pack is looking like that old Stewart Motorsports, whatever it was Haas, Stewart, whatever it was. Y'all remember Stewart Haas? That was the one when they all scooted away from the whole field for the entirety of that one race handful of years ago. It's looking like that. Not really catching up to him either. I'm looking at the speeds at the line. 185 for the leader of the humans, and 191 for tail end of the lead pack up there with the AI. So they got a long way to go to catch back up.
A long way left to go in this race. Only 2 laps into a 50-lap affair here. Got a lot of racing action left to go as they wreck big time, heading down the back straightaway. Big one striking early here at Talladega. Again, spun out in the front of the field was Greg Hill, and you can see the likes of Travis Solenberger, John Henry, and other AI drivers caught up in the midst of all of that. They pile in and pack it up like sardines. I think there may have been some real-life racers collecting that drama too.
Well, that was nuts. This is exactly, you know why I'm scared for NASCAR 25. This is the number one reason. This car just got picked up from the rear end, the 6 car. Take a look at the 6. That's going to be the guy you want to see. Not the 06, the regular 6. So no human is damaged is what I'm hearing. Is that right?
I think a human may have caused it, though, so we'll have to... I have to see how exactly the AI are going to respond in that. Maybe they're going to respond in kind by shooting these drivers with their space lasers. Let's just wait and see as the yellows out for the first time in this race.
Well, man, oh man. At least that made the front 4 catch back up. That's nice.
Yeah, there we go. The top 4, unlike that SHR breakaway from it was... I think it was a fall race in 2018. I remember tuning into that right as Kurt Busch ran out of gas and Eric Almirola won the race, and that absolutely dominated by Stewart Haas. I think they had some modifications made as every single caution on this racetrack takes away finite time off your life that you'll never get back. I'll tell you what, one time I was doing... And this was back when I was still in race control. I had to manage a yellow flag situation in a multi-class sports car race at Long Beach. And by the time I got at that, I actually developed arthritis.
Wow. Ron. Broadcasting into the world your medical history, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Mouse. Very good.
There we go.
Or Ron Mouse, I should say.
Yeah. Ron Mouse, yeah. Ron Mouse.
That's
I will never get over at my high school graduation. The lady doing the announcement said Ron Mans, and not a single person applauded. I don't even think my father did, albeit he was too busy holding a camera. We do have some pit stops of note here. Chantel Pottle is one of the only, I think the only human who's come down pit lane. So that will be another round of pit stops. That's a 5 of Alex Horn. You can see him doing what I like. There you can see.
That's what I like to call a redneck in the front row at Talladega, waving his dang shirt around in a circle right there. That's what that looks like.
Woo!
Yep, you got it. That's right. That's how they sound. We can't say what they say because, my goodness, that can't be okay for a broadcast.
Yeah, I could try. Woo! Bleep, 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 bleep.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, we didn't say it, so you can.
I
can
know.
Fill in
I'm
the
just
blanks.
saying. I don't know if that's how it sounded.
Fiddlesticks, unicorns, and lollipops. That's what they say in the grandstands.
Ron, you ever been to Dega?
I have not. The one time that I went any farther south than Washington, D.C. was when I was about 9 months old. I went to my grandmother's house and nearly drowned in the pool. I also got terrified by Woody at Disney World.
I think that if a human watched all the broadcasts, I think they would know every story about your life by the end of it. I tell you what, that's for sure, Ron.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That trip down to that trip down to Florida was a very interesting occasion. Actually, my father went on that trip to go on it was a business meeting for Pep Boys on that on that trip. It was like a team building exercise that they had to do, and there was a story to come out of that. Which, hey, depending on how things shake out later on in this race, or maybe even the small little break between this broadcast and FLCC, off to do that. And that right there gave me bad flashbacks to middle school.
Well, I think that 06 got the car fixed. That's good.
So the helicoptering around front fender has now been subdued. Would that be the best word to describe it? It's had a little bit of horse tranquilizer stuck into the front end of the race car. As we are still under the first yellow of this race. Howie and the production truck, their original theory that we will grow old by the time this race is restarted, certainly ringing true. We have been under yellow for the past 65,000 minutes, and we will continue to be under yellow as waiting to see the lights go out on that pace car, maybe, potentially, possibly, perhaps. Do we have a restart coming up here soon? We do not.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, the lights are out on the page.
No,
are we just doing single file restarts here? Is that how we're rolling for tonight?
I would hope not. We're gonna be looking into that, but what I can tell you, this is the only track I've ever driven on ever in my own life at over 150 miles an hour. And I can tell you what, when you're going slow like this, honestly, I feel like I could take a nap in the dang car. It was so nice. You could just, like in the corner, it puts you at an angle where it feels like you're in a hammock that like hugs your body. It felt comfortable. But when you're going through there at 140, all your weight goes straight down to your right hip. And that thing just pushes right down into the chair. And it feels like you have to really just hold down the throttle and smile. I mean, it really is something that's real fun. But for these guys out here, they miss the G-forces. It's all about keeping the car straight and avoiding all the AI aneurysms that they got on the restarts. That's something else to think about.
No, the AI and the restarts, that is not a very good pairing. I have seen many an iRacing AI get fully stumped with a restart, which, this is definitely an odd thing to raise. Kirk, do you know how to hypnotize a chicken?
Boil in oil.
That's how you tenderize a chicken, not hypnotize it. As we actually have a restart coming up, I'll share the chicken hypnotization under the next yellow if we do have one between now and the end of this race. Already a tenth of the way through it, as we're back up to green flag racing with the AI of Chris Widener completing an all AI top 3. Joshua Fix top of the real life races as we're back to green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. Single file restart, looking to spread out once again.
The entire field is single file at Talladega. Most realistic thing I've seen today. But watch this right here. There's going to be a little check up in the top 3. It's going to let that 4th car catch back up, I think, a little bit. We'll see.
Let's see as they head their way down the backstretch, riding on board with Joshua Fix, and that number 83 car probably bending the floor pan in that race car to build up as much speed as he can, ticking up to 188 miles an hour down that backstretch downtown into 3 and 4 Fix, looking to try and give a bit of a headache to those AI. Is it possible to give an AI? Actually, it isn't impossible to give an AI a headache. You just basically have to give them a software update.
Oh, look out. Oh, man. There's a car that's really liking the peak underneath the 5 car at the tail end of this field with the 6. Seeing that happen a few times, yikes. You gotta hold the bottom. You gotta protect the position. That car will make a move on you. Otherwise, John Henry, fast lap, 52.233.
Yeah, quick time for him. Quick times at the start of this race. We've got a long way left to go, though. That is for certain. As we take a look at them hang their way down the backstretch, packing up down into turns number 3 and 4. I like the golf clap going on there. That's John Henry looking to keep that momentum rolling on the high side. The AI, not sure whether he's got some nitrous in that car or what the deal is, but he's able to keep a whole lot of speed going on that high side, despite the fact that the only draft he's probably picking up is from mosquitoes that's slamming straight into his windshield.
No, actually, I'll be honest, during the midst of the day, you don't really see that many mosquitoes. But by the way, he's even with the guy who's leading that line. That is terrifying. The AI can make passes without any help. What is this? Earnhardt EXE for these AI? Jeez Louise.
I think it'd actually be the Bill Elliott expansion pack. Oh, yeah, here we go. Keeping a lot of momentum rolling there. Greg West going to lead a charge with Chantel Porter in front of that. And well done to Chantel and Greg West. She gets the move done to jump her way up into P4, the Canadian, behind the wheel of that 06 machine. Clearly that helicoptering front left fender a little bit earlier on has built up some speed. It's basically like an old toy, had to wind it up, and now look at that car go.
You can really manipulate these AI to help you push really good here. It's just a matter of getting in the right position, doing some tandem drafting, and you can actually gain a lot of time doing that. So right now, with the top 4 in that little line, getting a little bit better here and there. Oh, look out, that one car in the 83 almost pushing each other out of the way. I mean, the 36 is an AI car pushing a regular car faster and faster. I think that is going to be the strat here. Stay in front of an AI car and let them push you to the front.
Yeah, I guess that's a way to roll. I mean, we saw not too long ago how quick the AI are. I'm not sure what sort of trickery they've got underneath the hood, whether or not they've got that Bill Elliott expansion pack, being able to come back from 2 laps down back in the 80s after blowing an oil line. Not sure how exactly these AI cars are being that quick, as we got some pit stops going on right now. Fascinating stuff. Only 9 laps into this race. That's the 83. Pretty much all the humans making the call to come into the pits.
What on God's green earth is this decision? I mean, 30% fuel. That's why they're about to run out of dang gas. All right, they need gas. That's why. Okay.
Gotta do it every day of the week.
Yeah, might as well. You know, this is exactly what we need to do to save gas in the world. Just go ahead and pit every 5 laps. That'll fix it. Here we go. Who's going to get a... Oh, it looks like the 83 got the best of the pit stops. He'll be able to get out there with 22 right on his tail. And out of that, I mean, the lead pack, the top 3 AI cars have really just started to scoot away. Those things are just faster than everybody right now. But Chantel leading the humans right now. Bottom of the racetrack, trying to get a push working.
Oh, and they were nearly 3 wide, hang their way into the tri-oval. They nearly tried to go for it yet again. See, the thing with the AI, and it's a bit of a slippery slope, they don't have a death wish because they don't know what feelings are. So that's gonna be tough all throughout this race to see those AI really risk it at. All of the humans are at the back, so they're in their own little pack right now of the racers who have already come down pit lane. Chantal Pottle was one of those racers who came down pit lane, had the damage on that machine, and is now running rather firmly up at the front of this pack, which is not the front of the field as the top 3, the AI
37
cars.
just ran out of gas.
Oh no.
So did the 9. 9's coming down.
The AI made a miscalculation. Well, as the last time that AI was wrong.
Earlier.
The delivery on that was absolutely fantastic. But that is one AI racer making another call to come down pit lane. The top two, actually no, it's just the top one. Kevin Ironelli is out there all by his lonesome. And there we go. I'm sorry, as an AI model, I cannot provide answers to that. If I had $1 for every single time I asked an AI a simple question and it broke itself, I would probably be able to pay for the keyboard that I snapped in the process of asking AI something. Chantel going to come down pit lane here in the 06 car, so the fuel game very much so going to be played all throughout these races. Look at the 5, though, right behind Alex Horn. This is going to be some scary stuff as we head our way down to the pit lane, having to jump out of line right away. The AI, they don't have feelings and they don't have the understanding of other people making the call to come down pit lane outside themselves.
Made pit road speed look good to me. Oh, 7 cars, slow on the bottom of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. He's going to probably bring out a yellow.
Oh, and the AI running out of gas as well. What in the world is this? And they're reversing. Oh, no. That's the problem with the AI. Once they run out of fuel, the system just stops working. To touch on what I was going to say right before this restart, if you want to hypnotize a chicken, you got to draw a line right in front of them. And clearly, Ionelli had a line drawn in front of him, and he just didn't know what to do.
The amount of confusion I have right now is immense. How is he going backwards when he's not even moving the tires?
Oh.
Tires ain't rotating, that thing shouldn't be moving.
What in the world is going on right now? I am in a daze. I really don't know what. Kevin Ironelli, there we go. He finally has towed back to pit lane. There we go. Again, all the sound effects going on right now. I'll have to break out the harmonica on this show, won't I?
Another caution. I got them all.
There we go.
That's what happens, man. I gotta say though, I like the strategy a little bit. I'm gonna make up a fake strategy just so that we have something to talk about. Obviously, you saw when everybody in the humans came down pit road except for the one that waited for the last second, Chantel. The problem is when they came back out, they were in front of the leader, so they slowed them down to the point where some of them ran out of gas because they couldn't get down pit road. I'm gonna say that was a planned strategy, and it's working out for them so far.
Yeah, that's a good point to raise, though, Kirk. I gotta say, this is definitely the first world problem to end all first world problems. I think this is the first time that has ever been said on a broadcast of an iRacing event ever. The case for my harmonica won't shut. There we go. We finally got it. I had to like play Tetris with this, and a fun fact about this little case that I have with this harmonica, to prevent it from rattling around too badly when it's in the case, I had to put in an old napkin in there. So I guess the time before I got this, when when that got delivered, when it was back in like February of 2020, I had to stuff in like an old little paper towel on the inside of there so it wouldn't rattle around, because this harmonica already makes a lot of noise. I don't need it to get turned into a maraca anytime soon. But here we go. We've got some pit stops.
Remember, folks,
this is fun. We're having fun.
We're here to have a good time. We're here to have a good time indeed. These racers, the AI trying to have some fun as they run the permutations in their head. I would love to see what's going on in these drivers' heads. Just a list of binary code, probably 101100110. Oh, yep, that going on there as well. Brain cannot compute. I love these AI racers making that call to come down pit lane, because they kind of get confused. It's like, is this my pit stall? Nope, there it is. The wheel movements and the way they come down pit lane is so unnatural. It looks like a belly dancer doing Tai Chi.
what?
I don't know either.
Belly dancer doing what?
Doing Tai Chi.
I don't even know what the heck that is.
Actually,
Sounds like some type of Asian food.
It's actually an old form of it's an old form of Asian exercise. It's basically, if you ever see like
the elliptical.
It's definitely a little bit far from Olympic. I'll have to find. I'm not really sure the best way I could describe Tai Chi. it's a warm-up exercise, but you see like I say this as somebody who's lived in the city of Philadelphia his entire life, which is just basically diet New York City. You see a bunch of old Asian people just like spinning the top of their body all in unison in a park, and you ask them, okay, what's going on? They always say, oh yeah, we're warming up to do Tai Chi, which is a warm up in and of itself. So they're warming up to warm up.
All right. I now know what the heck a Tai Chi is. I have gone to Google and the answer has been revealed, ladies and gentlemen.
We are breaking new grounds here on this broadcast on Maconi Entertainment tonight. If you're all enjoying this show, how about you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss out.
You know what? If you're enjoying this show, I'll have whatever you're having. Because I like it. Oh boy! But look at that! Look at the front car's right eye going into the what? Sorry, Widener. That thing's like leaning to the right. That's so unusual. I know it's an AI thing, but look, the front right side. It's dipping into the ground. You know, you remember? I don't know. Were you a part of the sim before they had AI at all? Oh, here we go. Let's go on a little ride here. Hang on. Where are we looking? Here we go. All right, good. Turn it in. Around the world. Yeah, that is not.
Oh, we're packed up.
Hey, double file, thank goodness. Whoa, look underneath there. That's the tunnels that people like to hide in down there. Woo! Now we need to make one of them videos saying like the secrets of Talladega. There's secret tunnels under Dega that's been there since World War II.
Yeah, unearthing Talladega. There's people living underneath those tunnels who are all plotting to, like, I don't know, summon the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, we're back under a building now. Okay,
help!
That's a backtrack.
Get me
help me! They're dragging me through the gravel. I'm through the foundation of a building. I gotta say though, what
now? I need to pick. We need to do picks because that way we can have more fun. All right, but this is different. We're gonna first pick who you think's gonna win the race. And then you're going to pick which AI you think's going to do the best out of all the AI.
Ooh, okay. So this is AI pick and overall race win pick. Is this what we're going here?
Yes, that's what we're
doing. Alrighty. Oh, I mean, betting on AI is about as difficult as it can possibly do, which is probably part of the reason why sports gambling is going to get harder in about 15 years. I'm gonna put. If I was a betting man, I would probably be homeless. I'm going to bet my money that the top running AI racer here is going to be Jose Diaz Castillo in the number 17 car, because that was the first name that caught my attention. Top running of the AI, I would probably say is him, and we'll say that human's going to get the job done. I don't know why I'm feeling good about Joshua Fix here in that number 83 car. Very snazzy looking race car there to invoke a little French, as we've got some restarts to deal with here. Back to racing at Talladega Super Speedway. Up through the gears we're going to go. It's the AI making up the entirety of the front nine. Kevin Ironelli 2 laps down after that odd series of events with him running out of gas. Now I gotta wonder, we do have a halfway break yellow coming up here soon, so maybe not enough time to see these racers run out of gas yet again. I would love to see if the AI can just all run out of fuel in unison.
Good news though, humans are keeping up this time.
Yeah, that they are. They're able to find that extra gear. That or the AI have just gotten nerfed enough.
They're 3 wide for the lead here for AI.
Yeah, there we go. 3 wide racing up at the front. Speaking of the 3, that's Jose Diaz Castillo, Chris Widener, and Alex Horn all battling for that top spot. Let's see if any humans are going to try and stick their nose in all that. They're a little bit farther back, but still keep the momentum rolling. Meanwhile, up the front, yeah, Chantel, they able to jump her way up into P10. Nicely played. Top running of the humans as it stands right now. Jose Diaz Castillo and Chris Widener still duking it out for that spot up at the front. I think we're going to go 3 wide again here soon.
Looking in at this little rail. Oh my gosh, 3 wide. Here comes a human in the middle. Look out. 3 wide through the middle. Chantel's on her way.
And here we go. We are expecting some chaotic and frenetic racing, and we're certainly getting it. That was close with the 36 and the 9 as the 5 getting wiggly from the 4 right behind. Who's going to try and stick their nose in this battle first? Only time will tell. I will say that 06 of Chantel Pottle in the midst of all that battling as well. It's got to be a very odd set of circumstances for the 06 of Chantel. We'll have to see if she can stay with this pack, stay in that middle as they are 3 wide throughout most of this front pack.
This is the hard part here. Once you get 3 wide in the middle, you can't really go anywhere. So you kind of turn into a riding car here until someone in front of you makes a move, and then you got to get to their inside and make it 3 wide again. It's the only way you can really make advances on the AI here. 06 seems to be doing that pretty good actually right now. Riding in line, just cannot get out of the draft. You got to stay single file with the cars in front. That's the right thing to be doing right now. Oh, get down, get down, get down. There you go. That's how you make passes, just like that.
And easy as pie. Easy as pie?
Whoa! Hang on to it!
Howdy, that could have ended in disaster. Right as I was about to contemplate easy as pie as a phrase, we nearly saw the field explode.
Yeah, 06, remember, one thing these AI hate is getting pushed.
That and power outages.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I guess. Watch this. Yeah. Slingshot. Outside. Engage.
Wow. Holy cow. That was an almighty move from Chantel Pottle. Going to jump out into the race lead. Now got Greg West right behind her. The 06 and the 36 linked up together. Going to try and charge their way up on the front as Jose Diaz Castillo. Is it Castro? That's not the right word I'm looking for. Jose Diaz Castillo up at the front end. David Lovechio still completing an all AI 1-2. But Chantel Pottle has a lot of speed right there. They're able to close up that gap big time in the span of a couple of moments. Now 3-car battle up at the front.
Yeah, I'm looking back here at the drivers and where they are. There's just a lot of regular drivers chilling out in the back of this pack too. I mean, you've seen the 22, Aaron Vogt still back there, Joshua Fix, Matthew Corley. These guys aren't really getting in the mix. The only one who is right now is Chantel.
And Chantel now going to make a 3 wide up of the front. Yeah, there they are heading down the back stretch. We got an AI that's teetering on going below that double yellow line. It's AI. They don't really care about that double line rule as we are all packed up in the front in that 3 wide racing. Everybody else back into the fray as well. I do want to touch on the other non-AI racers. We got Aaron Vogt, Joshua Fix, and Matthew Corley all running a little bit farther beyond. I feel bad for kind of doubting Chantel Pottle in that number 06 car. Only running in third still and kind of moved on second for that spot. And let's see, she'll maybe be able to jump onto the race lead here soon as we're still only a handful of laps away from that end of the first half yellow.
Whoa, almost 4 wide for the lead. Take a look at that. They're going to be 4 wide.
Oh, that they are. That is going to be some hair-raising stuff. Oh, look at them throwing the blocks big time. The AI, really frenetic. The real-life racers, very frenetic, too. That's an AI. Not really sure what that deal is with the number 66 of Travis Solenberger, his AI, weaving around the track and back and forth, going from one side to the other like a mosquito with short-term memory loss.
4 cars out of gas.
Oh, yeah, and very slow as he heads his way through the turn. That's Christopher Bell running out of steam, and he is going to get swamped. I think he's still going to be all right for now, but certainly very slow on that lap. Yeah.
Weird line.
Yeah, like halfway on the double yellow line.
Oh, now I guess he fixed it. Wonder what that was all about. I guess 4 car just had a stroke for a minute.
Oh, yeah, that could definitely do it. Not really sure what to say. We're not touching that one as we got, oh, boy, that could have been a crash with the 1 and the 06 as they got very, very close. The bump drafting when it's AI, even when it's humans, it's still rather terrifying. AI makes me even more scared, if I'm being completely honest. Try giving AI a puzzle to try and do, a jigsaw puzzle. I'm not sure how that would work out, but look at Chantel with a run. The 2 cars chasing each other's tail on the high side. That's going to allow Chantel to jump her way up in a P2 once again. Jose Diaz Castillo running firmly in the race lead, still Pied Piper of the pack as they complete yet another lap. Now about 1 lap away from the halfway mark yellow.
Well, here we go. Who's going to get it right now? We got the human trying to make a move, 3 wide on the bottom. She's gonna get it. Take a look at that, Chantel, Canadian. She knows what she's doing.
Ooh, and here we go. You can see them really starting to get racy. They're 3 wide, nearly 4 wide right behind these racers. The AI and the humans know that it's time to pounce, as I want to keep my eyes on the humans a little bit farther behind us. Hearing as well that Chantel Pottle may be making their call to come down pit lane here soon. Let's keep an eye on that 06 car as they head their way out of 3 and 4 on to the pit lane. Mania Racer is gonna go. The AI coming in as well. Interesting stuff to see them coming in right before that halfway break yellow. Now, do we still know if that halfway break yellow is going to come out because of the drama in the early stages? I think we may potentially still be doing it. Yes, we are. Yellow flag out as these racers make that call to come down pit lane, and they're still got to stop in their stall.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. I guess the AI knew about it too. But the 06, I think the 06 made the smartest decision because if there's going to be caution coming out right away, you got to come down pit road. That's why at stages they normally close pit road 2 laps prior to the caution, so folks don't do this. But for this, it's fine, bunch of rookies. It's exactly what we're looking for. It's going to be an advantage to the 06.
So we got some pit stops going on here. Everybody making that shakeout there as we're under yellow for the 3rd time tonight. Is it the 3rd time? It may be the 3rd time. And being raised by Howie in the production truck that these yellows take about 6 minutes. It's 6 minutes that we would have spent seeing the AI run around the racetrack and the other drivers run around. We're just doing it at a slightly slower speed. But now with this yellow coming out, gotta wonder if these AI may be at risk of running out of gas, because that's why Greg West and Dave Lovechio are running down on the apron. Either they're just trying to run right behind that pace truck. Not sure what the deal is there. If they are running out of fuel, though, we may have a mass exodus of AI cars soon.
Yep. Down to the end of this thing now. We're getting, I gotta say, I mean, the main point of this league, folks might be wondering, like, what the heck are they doing here with AI on the track? Easiest way to describe it is that a lot of these guys are new to iRacing. Have been on less than a couple of months even. So with that in mind, they wanted to come out here and be able to broadcast something, have some fun, and they're looking to recruit some drivers too. So if you're wanting to try out iRacing and join and, try to give it a shot and be on a broadcast as you learn, then all you got to do, reach out to Palmento. They'll be able to get you set up, get you out here and try and drive with these guys. And to the point where hopefully they can get rid of the AI and just go back to normal. With the more drivers, the better. So if you're interested, be sure to reach out to them. They'll definitely love to have you come along, no matter your experience level, unless, of course, you are like one of the top guys in the sport, in which case I think they rather, avoid that type of competition.
Yeah, potentially. I think if we had a top running racer come in, that would maybe spoil it. It would basically be 2 classes, that racer, whoever it may be, and then everybody else run a little bit farther behind. I do want to raise, though, on the subject of a pretty good performance on a racetrack. Jeff, our boss man, Mr. Jeff McConey, did pretty all right in the ARCA race yesterday at Kansas. Congratulations out to him. We didn't race it at the end of the Friday Night Lights Xfinity show last night here on McConey Entertainment, but shout out to Jeff for running well in that ARCA race at Kansas this past yesterday. It was literally tomorrow that they literally yesterday that they ran the race. I cannot speak English anymore. Nick Fleck, Bologna Quando Fleurin. John Henry is your current race leader, staying out there on the racetrack once again. Some more racers out there on the road, as there's Henry there and waiting for everybody else. Make that call to come down pit lane. I wonder if we're gonna see anybody come in for a quick little splash and dash at the end of all this here.
Yeah, speaking of Jeff, he finished 20th in that race here for ARCA. He ended up getting 20th out of 29, finishing 11 laps down. But, hey, that's real-life ARCA, man. That's awesome. Glad he's out there doing that.
Yeah, that
he
is
beat
pretty
Corey
darn
Day
awesome.
and he beat a Hendrick Motorsport car. Holy crap. Corey Day finished 23rd. Holy cow, look at that, Jeff. Maybe not on speed, but definitely on making it through the race. You even beat our teammate here, Brayton Lassiter, by 1 spot. Brayton got 21st.
Yeah, nice to see Brain out there on the racetrack. Nice to see Jeff out there on the truck as well. I'm trying to think of any other people in the ARCA world that I'm slightly familiar with. Here's a fun little fact to any of you who tune into some NASCAR racing out there, is that's a 36 36 and the 9, they're out of gas, and the 39 once again, similar situation to what we saw from the 7. It's like those hypnotized chickens. You just draw a line on the ground, it just ceases. It just doesn't really know what to do anymore. No, the story that I was going to share before we saw that 39 car, 36, I should say, just stopped on the apron. I have a very odd connection to Austin Green. I think I've shared this maybe once or twice on the air before. The first ever kart that I bought, I actually bought off him and his family way back in 2013, and now he's racing in the Xfinity Series. I think he races in Trans Am as well, and does run some ARCA races, and actually won the ARCA race at Charlotte a little bit earlier on this year. And that kart that I ended up buying off of Austin Green has now gone off to a driver in IMSA. So small world after all. Is the only person who drove that kart full time and owned it who didn't go on to make a career as a racing driver. I just went on to be a racing loudmouth instead.
Guess you can say that's for sure. Woo! Man, that's pretty good.
We have a restart coming up here, Kirk. We got the lights out on the pace truck, and we got them packing up right now. I think I saw somebody make the turn to go onto the apron. Hopefully we don't have another racer running out of gas. So how many AI is that thus far here that have run out of fuel? That's 3 now? There's potentially a 4th as Chris Widener's in the pits.
Yep, looks like just about 3 of them. Everybody else out here on the racetrack still. See how long they last. Going to the restart, though, the first human that we got is Aaron Vogt, currently sitting in 4th at 22 car.
And Vogt looking to try and break his way up into the podium, maybe even get a win at the end of this race. We'll have to keep tabs on it between now and the very end as... hold on to that shot and look around this track. The calm before the storm before we get another restart up and rolling here, Kirk. It's been a rather crazy race when we have been running green, and looking to keep that rolling as we're now in the second half.
Here's hoping. I mean, we'll see if we can get to the end on this, but getting to the end's the hard part right now. Hopefully no more cautions. We'll be able to finish. Only 9 cars on the lead lap right now.
Rather fascinating, and we gotta say, in the war against the AI, the war against the machine, I guess, the top 9, well, all the cars that are lapped down, or even more than that, are all AI. So here we go. We got a restart coming up here. That's John Henry and Aussie Greg Hill leading us back to green. Travis Solenberger slotted in P3 back to green flag racing on the gas, and up the gears are going to go. Who's going to be able to capitalize the most on this restart? Aaron Vogt jumping down to the bottom. He's going to get an assistance right behind as he's going to get a big old-fashioned push from Joshua Fix.
I know it's the end of the race now. Going to get down to it. Looks like side by side still for the lead, but look at this outside line. It's going to get a huge run, trying to make a 3 wide for the lead.
And here we go. The 3 wide action up with the front, starting up rather early on this restart. Just jumping down to the bomb. Gonna be the AI of Alex Horn in the number 5 car. Look at everybody else right behind. Who's going to be able to capitalize on this restart the best? Who's going to make hay while the sun is shining? Insert phrase here. That could have been disaster with the 1 and the 6 as they had their way out of 3 and 4 into the trial right there. That could have been a disaster. They kept it clean.
I didn't see nothing. Ron, are you alive?
Oh, I'm dying of laughter. That's what I can say. Those who oh, they killed him. Oh no. Hey, it's fine. I'm a redhead. I don't have a soul. It's fine. So we've still got a race going. If anyone didn't tune into the Friday Night Lights Xfinity Series race last night here on Maconi Entertainment, golly, I can't even remember the other origin of that myself. But here we are. We're We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, there we go. Put up a stock image of a bed, and there you go. So it has been done now 2 days in a row. If that pops up on the FLCC, I'm probably gonna have a hernia laughing so hard. That's a 3-wide action a couple of moments ago. But right now we've got Chantel Pottle in that 06 car, running strong and running smooth, slotted in third. As here we go once again, duking it out. Maybe gonna be 3 wide up at the front.
All right, come on, humans. We're gonna do good. Sick of this AI leading. Might as well get the 06, give it a shot. Come on, Chantel. Show them what for. Outside. Not gonna have to run here. 5's gonna get away. Not the best of run. Oh my gosh. Oh. Some of these cars are so weird.
Man, that's 66. Look at how much that left side, this front splitter is up in the air, heading off through the banking. What are the right side tires filled of? Chocolate pudding?
I doubt it. I do think
that'd be a very tasty solution.
How come Chantel's the only one who's actually pushing really hard right now? I mean, you got to think about it. She's the only one that's been up front pushing the entire time. Everybody else been chilling out in their own little pack right behind everybody.
Chantel's been the one to really get racy, which is rather fascinating because when you think of Canadians, they're usually not the aggressive type, but thus far in this race, Chantel Pottle has really been cutting some shapes and getting some moves done. It's been impressive to see.
Well, one of my favorite movies of all time is Anchorman. Anchorman 2, they had the Canadians Broadcasting Network or something, Canadian News Channel, and every time they threatened to do some harm, they said sorry immediately after, but still did. Right now, that outside lane having no help, but the 06 trying everything they can to try and slow that lead car down so she can get on by.
So you can see the wiggling with those cars bump drafting on the bottom lane. I don't know why I turned into Alex Jones here with my voice. Chantel Pottle holding on to the race lead right now. Got that lapped car in the midst of all that. That's Greg West being a bit of a choke point for these racers as they head their way down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Pottle going to be able to jump up into the race lead. Look at everybody else. So making it 3 wide, really getting risky. That was a driver nearly up into the fence a little bit farther in the back. That may have been Corley, who got very flirtatious to that side safer barriers. That's a pit stop going on for Greg Hill.
We're going to see some more pit stops here. Some folk might run out of gas again. We'll take a look at that and keep an eye on it.
If another AI car run out of fuel, I'm going to feel bad. Not really, but I will laugh, which I'm most certainly going to do, as that was the number 17 car playing a game of ping pong, heading down to 1 and 2, bouncing from one car to the other. Well, it's a comment that I said a few moments ago in this race. It was the story of the Mosquito short-term memory loss going up and down the track. Yeah, there we go. Oh, is that right there?
66, holy cow. That's not legal.
You can't do that. Well, you can, but don't. So that right there was Travis Sullenberger running down onto the apron. More pit stops coming in. That's Alex Horn and John Henry making the call into the pit. So a small little sprinkling of racers making that call to come down pit lane. They're 3 wide right behind. That's the 22, the 17, the 4 duking it out. That's a battle as it stands right now for one of the few spots out there on the racetrack. I say the 4 is a lap down in that situation, so you can take that with a grain of salt. Look at the 17 running on the high side. Chantel Pottle still being the Pied Piper of this field, running a very good and well-composed race, it must be said.
Doing what she has to do. Everybody else in the human group hasn't really been pushing at all. The 06 is controlling this whole pack, and it's kind of good for her. I mean, we'll see if that lasts the entire 16 laps here at the end. Looking around the racetrack, we're coming up on some lap traffic. Look out.
Ooh, some more pit stops coming on here. That's 2 more racers breaking away from the action, as that's a lapped car. Very slow heading off there, as Chantel Pottle still involved in this 2-car breakaway with herself and Travis Sullenberger, as we have 15 laps left to go here at Talladega. Time flies when you're having fun. The humans gonna make the call to come down pit lane next time by. I believe that will be the group of 3 Americans of Vote, Fix, and Corley making the call to come down pit lane. Chantel Pottle may come into the pits as well. We'll just have to see as her 3 wide right behind. That's a 37 on the outside of the 17 is on the outside of the 66, who's right behind the 06 as well. The 83, that silver, very shiny looking good wrench truck running strongly right now as there's Pottle. There's everybody else making their call to come down pit lane. We have got some pit stops once again, but this time it's the humans.
And a couple AI joined them in.
Got a pit party going on here right now. Got some humans, got some AI. It's just like the world nowadays, funnily enough. Albeit, I think this time the AI won't ask you 15,000 times what you would like to have for drink with your Taco Bell order. Who's going to come out of the pits in first is a question I got in my head. Who's going to be able to maximize their run out of the pit? Chantel Pottle already running out and away in the 06. Joshua Fix going to drop down behind Aaron Vogt and Jose Diaz-Castillo as Travis Solenberger going to come out in P5 in the midst of all that action as well. Matt Corley in the pits. That's a racer who's very slow. Is that, I'm trying to think now, is that Joshua Fix, but a half spin or maybe even a full spin coming out of the pits? Matt Corley with a penalty as well.
Yeah, the 83 just got loose and tried to save the car. He spun it out on the front stretch. Luckily, he stopped in the middle of the track, figured it out, got back going straight. I'm sure they'll clear that black.
Yeah, I think that black flag may come down here. As what happened to the 83? Oh, no, he got a little bit loose coming out of there and goes up onto the racetrack. That's going to pick him up a penalty, too. So, black flags coming out at the end of all that. He, I guess iRacing may have let him got away with that there. That's a little bit surprising if I am being completely honest. Usually that's I guess it depends on the strictness of the rules being enforced in the session, but either way, certainly losing out a little bit of time there for Joshua Fix. But here we go, catching up big time. That's going to be Christopher Belgan, hung out to dry there in the number 4 truck. The 22 of Aaron Vogt going to blow his doors off. The 17 in the midst of all that drama as well. We got a battle for the AI lead, but Chantel Pottle is just driven off into the sunset.
This ain't going to be good for Chantel. It might look good, but it ain't. Right now, that second pack is catching her by like 15 miles an hour per. It's so dang close right now.
Dun, 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 dun. You can hear the Jaws theme playing. I would sing any more of it, but I don't want this, bro. Oh, we may get a copyright claim there if we use that too much. We'll leave it be as Chantel Pottle gonna slowly but surely get chewed up and spat at by this field. Here they come, quack, quack, indeed, the Ducks. Right now, Chantel Pottle so slow. It's like a, yeah, you got blocked big time here. Chantel Pottle basically like a duck with her feet stuck in the mud.
Having a day, man. Look out. Oh, lap car on the bottom. Trying to be a pick. Worked out. Oh, look at that. Move for the lead just like that. Back down to the bottom.
And here we go. It's racy up at the front. This is going to be the battle that we keep our eyes on between now and the checkered flag here on Marconi Entertainment. 12 laps left at the moment. Come to 11 this time by Chantel Pottle, looking to keep the streak going of AI race winners getting shut out. They've all been down behind your humans winning these races. Chantel Pottle looking to become the latest winner from this season here on the Palmetto Racing League. And to all of you tuning into the show, hope you're enjoying the action. We've got ourselves a grandstand finish to talk about here as they're all running in a line on the bottom end of the racetrack. It's basically like a speed skating event. They're all running in a line, saving up their stuff. Then comes on for a little bit later on in the race. That'll be when they begin to throw the haymakers at each other.
Now the question is, can they make it on gas?
That is a good point to raise. That's a very good point to bring up there, Kirk. I think it may potentially have to clutch at straws. It has been a very short run that all these racers have had. I wonder if they have a good idea as to how long they will be able to actually run on fuel, considering how many yellows we've had up to this point here tonight.
Oh, 95's a little slow right there. Again, that is Corley. He is over a lap down now. He's getting passed by everybody. Aaron Vogt coming in this time.
So Vote making the call to come down pit lane. It will be the latest human to make that call into the pits, and the first one in this cycle. Rather fascinating to say, you know what, I'm not even going to bother trying to save gas at the very end of this. I'm just going to admit defeat, so to speak, and bring my car down into the pit lane. Will anybody else make that call between now and the end? Vote going to be all by his lonesome in this pit cycle, and he's also going to get hung out to dry when it comes to the draft as well. Actually, there he is. He has now come down pit lane. I was going to say, interesting to see that he was not alone in the pits, as Aussie Greg Hill has come into the pits as well in the 6.
I mean, this is such a strange race because you can't ever tell who's actually doing too good and who's not right now with the pit cycles, how this is going through. I mean, I can't tell you how many laps they can go on a single tank, but it seems like it's less than 10. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah, it is a pretty wild race and a wild finish to it. We were wondering how it was all going to shake out here at Talladega. That fuel limit has certainly made it a little bit on the sketchy end for these racers, as I genuinely struggle to believe that anybody has enough fuel to make it to the end unless they've pulled off a smoky unit and the fuel line is wrapping around the car about 16 times. That or the entire trunk bed of these NASCAR trucks is taken up by a giant fuel cell, which even then I'm pretty sure these cars will probably weigh about 3,600 pounds if that were the case.
Now, when's the time to go down to pit road? We're going to find out here in just a second. When does the 06 head on down? Then the car to beat all day.
Yeah, so Chantel Pottle in that 06 car. Right now, it's just about her race to lose. If she can put on a good defensive drive and nail down the strategy at the end, it could very well be hers for the taking, as let's wait and see who's going to come into the pits next. I think it's going to be John Henry making the call to come down pit lane. The one truck, there he is, stopped in the pit stall in a few moments' time. Will anybody else join him in that brigade? It's going to be Alex Horn coming into the pits as well, as that's a 7 of Iannelli. He's slow on the racetrack yet again. He ran out of fuel in the earlier stages, and if he runs out of gas, we could very well see the yellow be brought out. There he is, grinding to a halt as they head their way down the backstretch. 30, 25, 20, slowly but surely coming down, and there's the yellow.
Just like that. Now we're going to have a little bit of a shootout here at the end. I mean, it doesn't really save anybody, though. There's some guys that are a lap down plus, so it's going to be a big deal. So that's yikes. A lot of crazy stuff going on right now. Man, oh man. I tell you what, I think Chantel here is in a pretty good seat. I'd come down, get some gas, top it off, and then run like heck trying to get back up to the front. But she's our last hope, it looks like. Everybody else is more on the lap down right now.
Yeah, so this is the final swing of things to win out in the man versus machine battle, as the AI got disqualified. You fool!
You stop on the track twice. Whoa, get this DQ just like that. Oh man, that's funny.
You know, I never in my life, I wonder if there was actually a little bit of extracurricular drama and contact. Actually hearing that it was actually done manually is how's that cone hit twice? What that cone do to these AI racers? Oh, the 5 nearly just rear-ended the back of the 7 for some inexplicable reason.
Target fixation.
I've of all the things to say, I think I've run out of things to say in reference to those AI. That is fascinating stuff. Alex Horn and Kevin Iannelli clearly have some beef at the moment. So how would that work out? How would an AI fight work? That's what I'm wondering.
You know, I think that at this point, I've lost all hope in humanity after this race. If we're done, we don't got a chance. Chantel's the last hope. I'm hoping that she can get this thing done, but yikes, everybody else is pretty quick too. Pit stops. Here we go. Money stop.
Yeah, there's a money stop with 6 laps left to go here tonight. Chantel Pottle gonna leave him to come down pit lane. Who's gonna be able to come out on top? Who's gonna take the least amount of fuel? I think the humans do have the advantage on pit lane for the simple sake that the AI are so painfully slow trying to find where their pit stall is. Watching a bunch of old people shuffle around a nursing home. That's basically what it looks like. As there we go. That's the 06 coming out of the pits, dropping the hammer indeed.
Yeah. Now we get to decide who's going to be the winner and who's not. This is one of those moments in the 06 car. I'd be like, get me a nice macchiato and some good old music, call it good, and see how it goes, man. I think the 06 is going to be hard to beat.
Macchiato, the last big word I learned like that was mayonnaise. It sounds pretty tasty though, so I'll join you in that brigade, get a little bit of caffeine in my system, be a little bit amped up. I remember one time at the kitchen table, I remember nearly choking to death on some chocolate milk, thinking about Mick Jagger having a 5-hour energy addiction. So the more you know about my psyche. That is one little. Ron took the most absurd marathon evening in broadcasting. Stupid idea. Okay, so I'll share this little story. We're being extra goofy. We're gonna have a fun time. I love that. Thank you very much. The more you know, indeed. But no, I'll share this because who really gives a rat's ass? So earlier on today, earlier on today, I was on the iRacing Bathurst 1000 show on the iRacing Esports Network. That brilliant. It was a grandstand finish that we had with 2 drivers converging close to each other over the course of the entirety of that final stint, and gave us a very good finish to talk about there. And then a little bit after that, I had to do a Formula V broadcast, which was a wild event in its own regard. And then an hour after that, I had to come and do this show. And then in about an hour's time, we'll be going live with the second race of the... Actually, no, it's a third race of the other round of it already. Yeah, it is. I see. I keep forgetting what round of the playoff. It's Kansas. We're running at Kansas. I'm not going to say what number of the playoff races it is.
We are halfway through the playoffs after tonight. All right.
There we go.
Halfway.
Yes.
This is the second race of the round of 12. Coming up tonight.
My brain's been fried. See, my excuse is that I'm always broadcasting on Sunday, so I can't keep up with all the stuff going on in the NASCAR Cup Series. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it.
Understood. It's fine. But now let's rack them up right now, okay? Top, looks like top 3 are all going to be AI. Chantel's going to start 4th, second car on the outside lane on this restart. After that, Aaron and Joshua Fix are heading around the racetrack right now, catching up to the tail end of the field. They'll be there shortly. So once they catch back up, we're going to get, looks like a short little dash to the finish here. Going to be I'm going to find out here real quick. It is going to be a 3-lap dash. Finish this thing out. Will an AI beat the humans for the first time in this Palmetto season? We shall find out.
If an AI wins this race, I'm going to cry. Not really. I don't have the ability to do that. There's nobody who's going to be chopping onions in my broadcast booth. But we are going to have a clean, fingers crossed, a clean shootout to the end of this race. Been a pretty fun evening of racing action up to this point here on Maconi Entertainment, but set to end the not too far off future with an all AI front row, a half AI second row, an all AI third row, and a non AI row number 4. Look at the likes of Vote and Fix. If they have a very good restart, maybe could bring them in the midst of all that. Vote is close. Fix is not. He's gonna have a lot of momentum rolling. They nearly crashed a little bit farther behind, but here we go, back up and racing for what maybe the final time here tonight. We are back to green flag action. That's a racer diving down to the bottom of the racetrack already. That was Chantel Pottle jumping down to the bottom. A little bit surprised that didn't result in a black flag, but we are still out and racing, and we still have a shot for Chantel to be able to get that W.
3 more cars to go. He's going to follow the 17. No. Choose to go down to the bottom. Go make it pass here on the bottom. We'll see if she can make that work.
See now making a move done to jump her way up into third. That was a move on Jose Diaz Castillo. That'll be a nicely played overtake there. Now has 2 more to try and get done. She's pulled out to the outside line. Going to be a drag race between herself and Alex Horn, and trying to get a move done on Aussie Greg Hill as well, as they're about to cross the line with 2 laps left of racing action here at Talladega. Nearly 5+ miles of action left, and Chantel Pottle looking to try and jump back up to the front of the field and be the Pied Piper at the end of this race.
Look who's showing up too. That 22's catching up to the pack now as they're side by side for the lead. But 22's coming up into the pack as well, trying to make a last ditch effort to try and win this race.
Yes, and how the 22 got involved in this drama and action and battling as well. It's the 2 humans against the AI world. As a bit of a wiggle there from the 5 on the bottom lane. You can see big wiggle there as Aussie Greg Hill gonna trip himself up a little bit, hitting that double yellow line on the apron. Very bad run on that bottom lane as they come into the trioval for the second to last time. The white flag going to be in there here at Talladega. 1 more lap of racing action. They're going 3 wide. Look at the 22 trying to time this run out to perfection. Aaron Vogt, he hasn't really been up in the front at all throughout this race, but he's looking to try and get back up there as they're 3 wide with himself, the 06 of Chantel Pottle, and you can see in the middle of that, that's a lap car, the number 36 of Greg West and all of that. Jose Diaz Castillo is your current race leader, the AI, leading this pack as they head their way down the backstretch. Contact being made with the 22 and the 36, 3 wide with Chantel Pottle trying to jump her way up into the race lead, and displace of the AI, they're still not over. Look at the 6, had an almighty run, had to back out of it. It'll be a drag race as they head their way out of turn number 3 and 4. Got a push like hell. That 17 car gonna drop out of that. The 36 a lap car gonna all come down to this. Chantel Pottle and the 06 car gonna get the W here tonight at Talladega.
Oh, thank God. That is so good right there. Happy to hear about it. Oh, man.
Oh,
wow.
It just wrecked big time behind.
Well, there you go. Chantel Pottle with the win, 22 on, smoking it up. Holy cow.
What a race, though. That was fun, and what a finish at the end. You can see the contact going on. The 22. Oh, my goodness gracious. Who was that? That clobber, that outside wall. I mean, I thought the 22 had a bad hit, but my, oh, my. That was a 95 that I think just clobbered the wall. Yeah, it was Matthew Corley. Let's take a look at this from his perspective. Pow, bing, bang, upside down, tumbling down into the apron. Very good thing that we're on the on iRacing instead of real life. Otherwise, we'd probably have to pour out a drink after that moment.
Oh yeah, I think that'll do it for us here. Don't you think? We gotta come and interview those folks. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we do have some drivers that we should probably interview off, waiting for them to occupy that little interview waiting area that we have here on the Maconi Entertainment Discord server as we take a look at that slow motion replay of the 95 going to new heights at the end of this race. That joke was terrible. I apologize. Hey, it's not the worst one that I've made throughout this show. Let's take a look at the results at the end of this race. They'll let you know how the field shook out at the end of 50 laps of racing action here at Talladega. A dramatic race, a dramatic finish, and even drama at the afterwards at the end of that race. Chantel Pottle going to get the W here in the 06 car. She wins it over Aaron Vogt in P2 in the 22 car. Jose Diaz Castillo is going to round out your podium in third, top of the iRacing AI racers. And hey, I actually predicted that a little bit earlier on, so kudos to me, I guess. So that's the first time that I've predicted anything correct in my entire iRacing broadcasting career. Won't happen for another 17 years, I can tell you that much. John Henry going to be classing fourth at the end of this race. Aussie Greg Hill in P5. It's going to be Alex Horn in sixth. Travis Solenberger in P7. It's going to be Joshua Fix in eighth and Christopher Bell in ninth, with Matthew Corley ending this race upside down, 2 laps down, rounding out your top 10.